Salut internaute. Comment on va aujourd'hui? Aujourd'hui on va finir cette carte et on va en commencer une autre. Les deux dernières de l'arsenal commun. Donc pour celui qui découvre un peu mon travail sur YouTube, et je vais le répéter assez souvent dans cette vidéo, donc je travaille sur des cartes qui vont servir pour un jeu de wargame qui s'appelle Maîtres Guerriers. Et donc voici à peu près à quoi va ressembler les cartes. C'est pas le look définitif, mais on a une petite idée d'à quoi ça va ressembler. Et donc l'idée c'est de créer, de s'aider de ces cartes pour créer son armée et faire pour un jeu de wargame en fait. Donc tu as toutes les armes classiques dans ce paquet de cartes en fait. L'épée, la hache, la lance, tous les trucs avec lesquels tu vas pouvoir équiper ta figurine, ou tous les trucs qui sont déjà sur ta figurine avec que tu aimerais bien jouer. Et bah, du coup tu vas pouvoir équiper sur le papier ta figurine comme elle est sur sa représentation en plastique. Donc si tu as une figurine que tu as acheté il y a longtemps et que tu peux plus jouer parce que les règles ça vaut plus trop le coup, et ben tu vas pouvoir, parce que tu auras juste à créer sur le papier avec tout cet arsenal l'unité sur mesure qui va te permettre de jouer avec cette figurine. Donc bah, cette carte c'est la carte du pistolet à poudre. Vous pouvez baisser d'un ton?
Cool. Il y a le micro d'activer ou pas?
Oui.
Ok.
Et quoi? Oui, bah je vous ai dit d'échouer chacun dans votre chambre.
Bah
Pour
ouais,
que vous continuez à faire le bazar.
que...
Bon, Aldwin, c'est chacun dans sa chambre. Mais le poil, c'est bon, il a assez chauffé dans la journée. Maintenant, c'est la fin de la journée, c'est chacun dans sa chambre. Oui, bah dans ton lit, il se coupe, tranquille. Aldwin, toi aussi, tu vas lire dans ta... Tu m'as dit que tu étais parti dans ta chambre lire ta BD. personne n'écoute. C'est pas grave.
Pourquoi personne n'écoute? Allez, viens. Allez, vas-y. Au lieu de t'énerver le monde. Non, grâce à toi, personne n'écoute. Et tu te tais?
Hey Denise! How are you? So, I saw your email. You like this little gnome? I thought, you know, when you told me that you did work on the dwarf, but he was too cute. And I did draw that, what I thought would be a goblin, and too cute to be a goblin. Ding! I say, oh, there is something here. It's maybe too cute for a goblin, but it's pretty nice for a gnome. And here we have a race that I think could be a little bit of, you know, between what I'm go toward and where you are. You see what I mean? That could be the race, because it's not a main race, it's just a race that is amongst the dwarves. And they help them for building stuff. And so of course they are in the battlefield as well, but they are attached to the dwarves. They are not a race by themselves. And I guess if they are a little bit cute, that could be cool. Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, that can be in our advantage. Because I know for a fact that soon enough we'll have the Dwarf's Codex to draw. And maybe by then, you know, you will know your subject so well that you'll be the best position to draw those guys. Because the thing is, I don't know, imagine we say, you know, it's being, if you spend a lot of time studying them, you know, trying to think about how they behave and how they look, you know, starting to imagine stuff. So by then you'll know them very well, and so that puts you in the obvious position to be the one who will draw them for the codex. Even the dwarf, because the dwarf are not that far away from the gnomes. They are just a little bit more, you know, their hands are fatter. They have like big round ears and beard. But that's not that far away. So maybe, you know, if you can manage to have a good hand on those two guys, and starting to think about dwarfs female as well, because there is not too much reason why female won't be you know, here and visible, and maybe even active. Yeah, but one thing for sure is that there is a very big and important library in the Dwarf's Kingdom, and I'm sure there is like librarians as well. They are not only, you know, warriors, and we know they are rich people because, you know, they are digging, they have gold and stones and stuff like that. So you know, amongst the dwarf they are really rich people, so I can see very fancy dressed dwarves, because, you know, it's a race where, you know, there is money, so there is fancy stuff, and they know how to build stuff as well. They are very good with their hands. You know, it's not like the orcs that don't really know, you know, they don't build stuff, they just either take it in the ground on the battlefield, or and they customize it with, you know, ropes and leather and teeth. But here you have a race where there is money and there is a big culture. Just I would need to know, you know, you need to know a little bit more about them. Yeah, I think you can really do something with those guys. And the thing is, the funny thing, you know, because when I started to draw those dwarves, I didn't know much about them, and more I was, you know, trying to draw them, and more you can start to understand, you know, the mechanics and the proportion, and it's starting to get very fun to do. And I really like to draw those guys now, because the proportion are a little bit off. It's kind of like, you know, baby proportion. You know, if you go to the internet and you're looking for baby proportion, you know, body proportion, it's kind of the same. Normal snake, a big head with a little body. It's kind of the same proportion than the babies, but more muscular, with big fat hands and big fat feet. Everything is big and strong on the dwarf. In my mind, the beard, wait, yeah, I will keep the orc. Don't worry about those. I'll be the orc guy, and if you like it, you could be the dwarf illustrator. That could be something. It would be nice to like have everybody have his own race, you know. And as those gnomes are quite what could be used as a trampoline from where you are to where we need to go, you know, it could become, you know, because if you're up for, you know, working hours on those characters, it you know, it has to pay off in the end. So I think it's a good idea to let you have those guys if you like them, you know. And after, you know, working a lot with them, you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm starting to be bored with the dwarf. Maybe I won't have my teeth on something else. Yeah, fair enough. But I feel like, you know, if you spend the time and all with those guys, and you study them here and there, maybe bring something, you know, on your own, because that what will interest me, you know, is take off the dwarfs from my head. It's like, okay, everything dwarf is yours now, if you want, and then, you know, starting to think what could suit them as you know, as a way of dressing, and, you know, stuff like that. Maybe it can be inspired by but not sculpture, culture, because, you know, it's so easy to associate them with Viking, for example. And we will have Viking dwarfs, because some of those dwarfs will live, you know, amongst the sea, and they will, you know, so we will have different kind of dwarfs for sure. But right now we are drawing dwarfs from the mountains, so, you know, we need to think about that, you know. And that's why there is every dwarf I draw there is a lot of mountain symbols. You know, on the helmet, you have the mountain on the helmet. The mountain is almost present everywhere in the decoration of their clothes and the armor and stuff. So we just need to think, you know, think about those. What is important to them. That would be cool to have some original, you know, some history event as well, but that's in Sebastian's mind, unfortunately. But that would be interesting because it could be used for, you know, decoration as well. You know, if we want to do some broderie on their clothes, for example, you know, what kind of broderie? Is that Celtic broderie? That's strange. You know, we really need to think about culture. We really need to about what is their culture. Do we take something from the Lord of the Rings, for example, with big straight lines, or are we taking, you know, what do we because, you know, I did the easy job, which is, you know, drawing a little bit of dwarfs here and there without, you know, too much detail. But hey Liam, how you doing? I didn't saw you there. Hello mon ami, I get so excited when I can watch your stream. That's good. In my chat box, you and Denise have the same color, so I didn't see you through there, but I saw on my screen that you're green on my screen. So I was like, what is that green thing? Looking better. Oh, Liam is there. How is everybody? Yeah, this evening I'm finishing the before last card, and I will start the last card of the deck of the common arsenal. How exciting is that? And tomorrow evening I will draw the back of the card, and that will be it for that deck. $30 cards in total, and it took me 3 months. Took me 3 months. So yeah. So I was about to think that the next card, the next pack of card I'm gonna draw is the magic object, but thank you. It was a busy day. Now relaxing a bit. How was your day? Oh, that was okay. Now the family is good. I mean, brothers are always screaming on each other, and it's make me tired a little bit, but that's parenting, I guess. So yeah, I was about to start the magic object, which will be very exciting to draw, but I'm thinking better, because what we are planning to do is having treasure cards, and those treasure cards will be like magic object, weapons, lot of different stuff that can be used in your army list that is not on the common arsenal deck card or on the book. There are weapons and magic stuff that you can't find anywhere. How you can get them? You will get them randomly when you buy, you know, product from our brand. And as we are about to receive the first goodie, which is a cup with Maîtres Guerriers and, you know, a little design behind it. If we want to send those cards with our product, we need to draw the card first. So that's what I'm gonna do. You're doing amazing. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, when I finish that common arsenal pack of cards, I'm gonna start to draw those treasure cards. and with those treasure cards I need to draw the how do we call that in English? Commercial point, something like that. It's gonna be a kind of fake money because every treasure card will have a value with this commercial point. And so the whole point of those treasure cards is for players to starting to have connection between them, because some of those cards will be weapons or magic object for a specific race. And if you're a dwarf and you get a card for, wood elf, you don't really care about it because you can't use it. But if you are, your club of your the club around, organize some Maîtres Guerriers tournament, and then so there is like few players in there, and they have cards as well. Maybe you can exchange them, and so maybe you will find somebody that playing the wood elf, and and you have a dwarf card, and you can exchange those cards. We're gonna try to create interaction between players with those cards. So those cards are like a thank you cards for helping us build up and make our game grow by buying what we're gonna produce for the game, and you'll be able to use them as well. But to be able to send those cards, I need to draw them first, and that's what I'm gonna do when I finish the common arsenal. Yeah, but the idea is to make me pleased first. I want to create something that I will love to have. That's the main motivation, and that's it's a bit like how Peter Jackson did produce The Lord of the Ring. He produced the movie he wanted to see. And that's what I'm doing with my cards. I'm drawing the cards I would like to have if I'm playing the game. So every time I'm like, Sebastian is telling me, oh, what we should do is this and that. I'm like, okay, so I can picture it and it look great. And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't have to be that. I mean, come on, Sebastian. If you want to do that, we need to do it properly. It needs to look good. Okay. Because he's the technical guy, all he sees, and I'm like, yeah, but, we're starting to get, to create a look for the game, so it needs to fit now. Why having just a card with a pistol when you can see, a guy using it? But that say, I had, this idea of having a character using the weapon. That's something I wanted to do, and that's something I did for all the common arsenal. But that's not something I'm going to carry on doing for the rest. Each pack of cards will have kind of different presentation. We keep the drawing here, but for the magic object, for example, I'm gonna just show the object itself with something around, like fabrics or a rock is put on the rock, or something that showcase the object.
and it will be the same format, but there won't be any people in there. Because they are quite unique objects, you know, so there is no point to show an orc using that object when in fact, you know, it can be used by anybody. But I don't know, yeah, I mean, it's the same for the weapon, you'll say, but it's just that for those objects, I'm feeling more like just drawing the object, and it will, you know, it will make a difference in the visual as well, you know. Even if you didn't see the back of the card, you'll notice that it's not the same deck, because the card is a bit different as well. And the same for the talent. It's gonna be tricky, the talent. So I guess for talent I will need to draw characters. And I will need to draw a situation more than anything. And it's a bit like the magic cards, you know. You should do a stream when you are finishing all of these cards and complete the game. That would be incredible. I mean, that stream will be Thursday, I guess, because Thursday I'm gonna complete the game. I'm gonna complete the card. I mean, it depends when it's completed. Is it complete when I will draw that card here that I prepared already, because I know I'm gonna start it pretty soon? Or is it gonna be finished when I will finish to draw the back of the card that needs to be drawn as well in color? But that will be live stream because you know, all the cards have been drawn stream live anyway. A big difference from all that year I spent on Twitch, because it's been a year now almost, is that now all my video will stay on YouTube, because I just discovered that I can just by a click of a button send my video I just done on YouTube, and there I will stay forever. Yeah, we were talking about that. We were thinking about that, and that may be something we can do. The only problem is that we need to have I mean, it should be just the setup, I guess. It's tricky to do that live stream. I guess I can film it. I can make a video. That's probably the smartest thing to do. And having a voice of having a voice telling you what's going on. The only thing that is too bad is that we can't really play with minis, because you know all the minis around are copyrighted by those games, you know, like Games Workshop. We can't do a demonstration on YouTube with Games Workshop minis, because Games Workshop is gonna shoot us as soon as they saw that, because you know we are promoting a new game with their minis. Like, what? So that means I will have to create something that represents the minis, you know, something sample, where like a little bit like this picture here. I'm gonna show you. We take a picture with what we use. Let me see. Aide de jeu. Yeah, here. There. So that picture, we took that. I took that picture last time we tried a very last time the game to see if everything was working. And what we use for those sessions, because we take pictures that will be sent on the website soon, I use what I made to replace the minis. So that they're kind of pawn that are the good, they are in the same height than a mini, and they are the same thickness, and they are just like two different colors with a symbol on it to easy to say if they are using a spear or sword or stuff like that. So and I'm gonna do a tutorial soon enough to show people how to do those things, because it's very easy to fabric, very easy to make, and if you don't have the money to buy minis, you can have a whole army for like €5 with this material. And if it's not really the mini you like, but the strategic game, that could be a nice you will still need to buy XPS foam, cut it out the right size, and paint it the right way, adding a little bit of something in the bottom so it's not too light, like a screw or something. And then you're ready to play with those guys. Just need to imagine there are people. Like when you have a board game, every board game don't have minis, but it doesn't doesn't change the fact that if you want to imagine there are people, you can do that. We can even think about paper toy as well, which was in the discussion not that far ago. And I just stopped Sebastian there when I say, yeah, we can do paper toy, and it's way feasible. It's just that I have so fucking many drawing to do already with what we have to do. Then adding drawing for those paper toy is just one more thing to draw. But that will be a nice way to have a representation, a representation of the soldiers on the table. Easy to print. You print it out. You fold in two. You glue that on the base, and you're ready to go. You print as many as you need. Okay, they all will look the same, but who cares? It's a representation of your basic warrior, for example. But the good thing about it is that you can do it yourself. You just have to go on the internet, look for dwarves, and print it in the right height, and glue that on the base, and bam, you have your paper toy already. But yeah, we're probably gonna do a demonstration with the camera live maybe not live, but at least the right length of the battle, because you know if you play with the basic rules, the game doesn't go over 1 or 2 hours, because you know the exchange is quite fast, and things can go very wrong very fast, and then you know your 500 crowns of warriors can be done in like an hour. So we're still looking for, we're not really looking for, but we just talk about it a lot in case of somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. But we are still looking for an English guy that knows very well French, but that guy has to be somebody that play a lot those war games. So it's a universe he knows very well, and the guy has to read our rulebook and be so enthusiastic about the game that you know he's proposing himself to translate the book in English. You know, law of attraction. We just send the information to the universe, and then maybe this guy is gonna feel like, well, today I'm gonna go on Twitch and see if somebody's drawing. And sure enough, he will hear about the game and like, wow, it sounds a very fucking good game, and read the book and like, okay, I want to participate. So the poster is gonna be ready as well, because I'm doing a poster with all those cards. I don't know if I show you. I have a prototype around here, an A4 prototype. Do I have it with me somewhere? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm planning to do a big A2 size poster where you will have the whole arsenal, every drawing side by side with the name of the weapon and what it does. It's kind of a like technical poster, you know. So people that really play the game a lot, and they have like a garage or a little room where they're playing the game every weekend, they can have the poster on the wall, and every time, you know, they play, they can look on the poster to remind themselves what the weapon is doing, or even just for the look of it. So I'm planning to do that, and yeah, I think so, yeah. And I'm planning to do the map as well, because the map, you know, when it's tinted with coffee, it looks great. So I want to do the map as well. But it will really be the map will be like a a premium kind of product, because there will be like, I don't know, let's say only 25 of them, and they will all be different, because I'm gonna tend them individually, and none of them will have the same look. And that will be, the map of the very beginning of the story, because the map is going to involve a lot year after year, so we need to date those maps. First, second, and third year, third age is taken by Tolkien. But we need to find something quite similar to talk about the age of the beginning of the game, where there is a master warrior sleeping in the big crack in the middle of the map, so it's still sleeping, and the master of time didn't start to mess up around. Everything is kind of calm right now. Player didn't start to fight each other. That's the beginning. Yeah, there will be how do you call that, when they'll be like 1 out of 25, 2 out of 25. It's like, that there is only 25 pieces and you have one of them. I can even, you know what would give me an idea? You can even, create, I'm gonna create a little sculpting piece with Master Warrior, Maîtres Guerriers, AMJ, where I can put some red, la cire, comment t'appelles la cire en anglais? Wax, red wax, and then I'm pressing this little piece. I will sculpt. It will look like that's, it's legit, because we have the stamp of the game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. And stamp are easier to do than the real thing, because instead of having to do the letters in volume, you have to grave it backward, so when you press it, it's become volume on the wax. So yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. And those maps will have those little wax stamp in the corner. The only thing we need to think about is the postage. This postage is fucking expensive. So I may have found something that is less expensive than just the post office. Because I can't believe how much I paid to send you those things, Liam. I mean, it was even, more expensive than the thing it was inside. I was not expecting that at all. So if you want to starting to send, cups and maps and stuff like that, I can't spend €17 just to send a roll with a tube with a map inside, you know. And I don't want to fold the map either, because it looks crap when you unfold it. There may be some discount with bulk order. Some agreement may be made, not sure. Because sending a map on a tube is way much better, but it's way more way more expensive than fold it in a craft envelope and send it away. But yeah, I can't imagine this map being fold in 5 and just send it away in the normal envelope. I want, you know, I want the product that, you know, when you receive it, like, oh, come on, smell coffee. Smell coffee. You know, you can still smell the coffee. And when you think about it, like in 20 years ago, 20 years, you know, in the future, and when you think about what we've made, like back in the day, where, you know, they were making their own stuff, and like I remember I bought a map, and when I opened the tube, it smelled, you know, you're creating like stuff, like memories about the good days. Because like we become like every big, you know, big company that don't do that stuff anymore because we don't have time. I hope not. I hope we'll stay the same. But I know Games Workshop started, you know, with few friends in the garage, melting stuff for their minis in fry machine and stuff like that. But I'm talking about back in the 70s. And then it grows, and then, you know, banks starting to be involved, and money was the main drive. Hopefully it won't never be that, but you never know, because, you know, we may start between friends for pleasure, but who knows? Imagine, you know, our sons taking back the reins and decided to make it, you know, taking the advantage of the game is working to do more investment, or I don't know. We never know. But at least the few first years, the few first decades, we will have fun with those games. We just need to find a way to not ruin ourselves with the cost of shipment. I completely agree with you. Such complete project should never lose its spirit. When it grows too much, the nature change. Yeah, that's the first thing that Sebastian told me, that he doesn't want to get big, because as soon as you get big, you're starting to be contacted by you know, people that wants to invest in your product, and then you can't do whatever you want now, because, you know, you have investor that wants results. You're not in control anymore, and that's something we don't want. What we want is, you know, earning enough money to be able to you know, create good stuff, good products for the players. But not in the way that to earn money, more like, you know, to produce more expansion, or to produce the mini they want so much, you know, stuff like that. Because right now it's right in the beginning, and just an example, I check on the website to create the pack of, you know, the deck of cards. I check on the website to to have professional looking deck of cards, real stuff. And it's not that much expensive, it's not that expensive. It's like you can have a nice pack for €8. 30 cards in there, all nice and shiny on the pack, with the design you want, and it's blistered with plastic and all, so you really have something real, and it's just €8. But because there is a but, it's €8 because you ask for 100 of them. So all the students, you need €800 to have those 100 cards, 100 pack of cards, and like that's not that expensive. But if you don't have the money for it, you need to find solution. So that's what we're going to discuss next time, because now that we have one deck that is done, what do we do? Are we waiting for the every the 4 decks that needs to be done to be ready for producing, or are we producing them as they come? Yeah, we need to talk about it. Experiences so much in my career. We were in a very small team at work. When it became too big, the whole spirit was lost. No one was enjoying anymore. It became a business. Exactly, that's what we don't want. Keeping the team with the cool, easygoing kind of people and small will always help the team in long run. Everyone bonds with each other for a long time, forming nice memories. Exactly, that's what we want, and we see it everywhere. So sad. As soon as money is involved, you get pressure. You get stressed because you need result. Why, when you're working just for the fun of it, yes, maybe it doesn't go as fast as it is, and even so I don't see why it would go faster, but you're losing the pleasure of it, because you really need you really need to produce, and you really need result, and that's where attention is starting. Because before even before we're getting rich, even before that we need to pay everybody. Imagine the game is so big that we are like having enough work to work full time on the game, and it's not like a hobby anymore. It's like, okay, that's become a job now. Your job is to draw dwarfs and gnomes all day long, as much as you can, and you get paid for it. Still fun, but you get paid for it. We don't asking for results, just like you get paid for what you draw, like I'm supposed to be right now. So every time you produce a drawing, you get paid for it. That will be the first thing to do before starting to go everywhere around. And when we'll be there, it will be already a good step. If we can get paid for each job we're doing. Yo, FX. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, working for money is not good, but being paid for what you've done is good as well, because we need to pay the bills and everything. Comment ça va, FX? François Xavier dans la place. Because, you know, November, I produced for 960 euro of value, drawing value, and every month that is build up. Just us waiting to get more stuff done and get a little bit of money somehow, somewhere, so everybody can be paid for the job they're doing. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do much than that on the background, because I feel like it doesn't need to have anything else. Or maybe just some darker zone there that so last Tuesday I did work live stream all day, and for the first time since months I did spend my whole day on my own. I was like, what's going on? Like, my chat box is working or something? I didn't believe my eye. I'm like, I'm on my fucking own. What's going on? And right, 15 minutes before, stopping my stream because I need to get the kids from school, I get raided, and everybody's coming, like, starting to chat. Okay. I realize, I get so used to talk with you guys while I'm working that spending all that day on my own, I'm like, was really feeling low. I need to keep reminding myself that we have people watching the replay, and so I'm trying to talk along and explaining stuff, even though I'm on my own. You know, talking about the game, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So somebody's coming discover my replay. At least they know what I'm doing. And it's always good to talk about the game. Because more we talk about it, and more it grows in the universe. That's the principle of the law of attraction. You know, more you make something look real, and more it became real, and starting to exist. And the law of attraction is, if you don't know the law of attraction, you know, look for it on YouTube, on something, look some videos, and if you think it's shitty funny, you know, I'm using it since I left Thailand, and I can tell you, everything I want, I have it. Everything I always wanted, I have it now. My dream workspace is down in my garden. You know, I'm doing fucking fantasy art illustration for a fucking war game. That may become, it's not may, that will become huge. Yes, I know. I'm not surprised you know about it. And I have no doubt anymore. I experience it every time. I don't need that. I don't need it that much anymore. But you know, all that energy I'm putting on the game. You know, it just can't be you know, somehow else. It's gonna be a success for sure. It's just the right people in the right moment, and the right moment will be when we are ready. I'm sure that for now, things is just, you know, starting to grow slowly, because we are not ready yet. We are not ready yet. That I know. I'm just about to finish one of the four packs we have, and we need. We don't have the full gear game yet. I mean, there is a lot of stuff missing, so the game can't, you know, the game can't go big right now. So things we know, energy needs to build up. And that's why it's also important to talk positive and find solution to problem. Then you always attract happiness. People do not know the power of the world, and I try to explain this in everyone I know. I mean, I do the same. And when you change your mind and think like that, life is so much easier. Because, you know, and it's all about how you formulate things in your mind as well. Because, you know, the universe don't really make the difference between positive and negative stuff. And that's what people forget, is that it's not about is it positive or negative, it's about what you think. And you attract to yourself what you think. Like, I'm gonna give you the example I give every time, that if you're against the war,
You know, you're a guy that is against the war. I don't like the war. I am against the war. I don't want the war. What are you thinking? What are you thinking to the universe? What you have in your mind when you say that? You have the war. And that's what you send. And that's the pot that you're going to fill. You're going to fill the pot of the war. But if you are for peace, you know, that's the same in your mind, but that's not the same message you send to the universe at all. You know, now you're for peace, and it's not the same pot. And it changed everything. It's the same for everything every day, you know. Oh, I want money because I'm tired of being poor, you know. Blah blah blah. You know, when you think I want money, because you know, when you think about that, all you see is your situation and how poor your situation is. You know, you can't buy anything, and you can't buy the food you want. You can't buy the money. You can't buy the car because I'm poor and I don't want. I want money, and that won't work. It's not the right, you know, the right energy. You need, you know, there is a lot of exercise you can do to attract the money you need. You just need to change the way of thinking. It's like a magnet, you know, it's a mirror. If you smile in front of the mirror, all you get is a smile, you know. If you're very upset and, you know, very greedy, what you'll see in the mirror will, you know, that will get back to you. So that's why the first thing you need is to be nice with yourself first. You know, smile. And the whole world will smile with you. When you're smiling, when you're smiling. Okay, I think we're done with that drawing. So I'm gonna jump straight away to the other one because I prep it already. Yeah, maybe it's too dark, but it makes the armor shine. Yes, and it's tiring for the anatomy, for the body, both physical and psychological. I left my job because it got bigger and lost its spirit. I was sad, but instead of worrying about that reality, I wrote in the future journal that kind of people I want to work with and type of work with all the specifics, and it happened exactly like magic. Like magic. Exactly. It's like a magic. Okay, allez. Let's work on this one because should be a nice one as well. The last card of the common arsenal, ladies and gentlemen, the last card. And this one is
this ruffle, black powder ruffle. Yeah, you recognize the face already? Yeah, I'm just gonna make it again a bigger nose, because for some reason I like my dwarf with big nose. So that's something, because you told me you like to draw characters. And that's something I'm trying to do with every character I'm drawing. I'm trying to draw a character first, something with, you know, attitude, or with I don't want to have like every dwarf looking the same, at least the ones I'm drawing. You know, there are people, they need to have different face, maybe different nose. I know that I like to draw big nose, because for me dwarves is, you know, everything is like strong, and but I'm sure there will be they could be like very weak, and because of course I'm drawing dwarves that are on the battlefield, so they're all nice and strong, but I'm sure there is like very thin and scared dwarfs as well that are like, okay, you'll stay in the library, okay? That's your job. Okay. It's nice to know. But this guy here, that's not the case for that guy here. And those kind of detail, you know, the bag under the eyes, and this little, you know, malformation on the face and stuff like that. That's the kind of detail you see on real people. That's why I'm really not insisting, but you know, I will strongly advise to have nice reference, real people that will make your characters much better, you know. And it's only when you will have enough experience and will have draw so many faces that you'll be able to draw a face from scratch with all those kind of, you know, feature that make a face unique, you know. And believe me, we're gonna draw faces. Because more than just, you know, an illustration, we really need to draw people. We need to feel the people as well. I think that's very important. It's not just a drawing, you know. We're gonna draw people, and we need to make people believe the players. We need to make the player believe they are real people, and to make them look like real people. You know, it's fantasy, but it's, you know, it looks real because it's real people. That's what I don't want. I don't want what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a game where I'm trying to cross the barrier where it looks like fake people, you know, illustration. I want to have this I can't say that word. No, I can't say that. You know, the when we do animation, you know, like when we do medieval animation, reenactment, you know, when you take picture of those guys, you know, that's what I want to feel when we have the drawings. I want to feel like they are real people that's been drew for the game. See? That's what I want. They are not fake characters, they are real people. That's good. what I like as well is when you have like people default, like for example, I'm drawing this one and I feel like this eye is off. You know, it's two in the corner and it's off. And then I'm realizing, you know, I don't know. Maybe this guy has an accident, like, you know, and then this eye is dead. That's all. Yeah, this eye is a good eye, and this one is dead. And it makes him special, and it makes it real. You know, he's an old guy and he's been injured. We can even imagine, you know, something like that here. Just a little scar. Just something, you know, not so much in your face, but just something that creates a little story. You know, just can imagine something that happened to that guy. Like that dude. I like that dude, you know, in the movie with Keanu Reeves, Constantine. You know, the priest guy. You know, he have his eyes completely off, and it makes such a nice character. And you know, just because I messed up a little bit that eye, instead of fixing it, I think I'm gonna just leave it like that, and it will give him such a yeah, like you say, no perfection. Makes each character has a story, make it unique and beautiful. It's the same for all of us. Yes. So sometimes we don't have to search for perfection. It's nice to have those little imperfection as well. You know, a spot or a rose or something that goes well with the character. Because like I said, we are looking for characters, so they need to have character. It's nice to have as well different kind of beard. I'm so bad right now drawing beards. When I make them up, I know the principle of it, but every time I draw a beard, it looks so fake. The only time where I kind of manage to draw a beard that looks real is when I'm using reference. So I guess I'm not experienced enough of drawing beard so I can draw one without any reference now. But you know, more we will draw dwarfs with beard, and more we will know about it. Captain O, oh, hello, wonderful dwarf, thank you. And welcome. Twitch is telling me that it's your first time on my chat box, so welcome here. Yeah, we're trying to do badass cards in here, and that cards are for a common arsenal of the game, the war game that I'm designing with Denise now. A fire gun? Yes. It's a black powder fire gun. Because in our game that technology is already there. It's being perfected by the dwarves and comment on les appelle? How they call? I forgot. Hey, Shibo! Shibo! Thanks for the raid, Shibo. Yeah, we have a race as well that engineers. Yes, that's it. Engineers, and we didn't talk about those guys yet because they are not being designed. Hi, everybody. Hi, raiders. Dream Mood, hello. Raiders coming. Corinne Gami, hello, Shippo. How you doing? How was your stream? And the engineers, the look of them that we didn't, present it yet, will be like it will be cool because that's gonna be a steampunk. Steampunk will be in the game as well, and they will be as engineers. So they will have like mechanics arms and wheels and stuff like that. They will have golem and all kind of stuff. And they are producing a lot of different machines, and those machine guns are coming from them. And they are available for everybody to use, not just the dwarves. Even an Arcanian. Which are in our game people that look like Romans and Greek. Powder gun can be used by them as well. Because it's a game that looks like history game, but it's a fantasy game. So we can have like fantasy stuff, even though all the weapons are legit. Hello, Tony. Stream killed me. More painting. Oh, you don't like the painting. Yeah, usually the stream that killed me is the sculpt one. I'm just starting to breathe because I discovered my last Mondays. I had like a pain under my ribs. Every time I sculpt. It doesn't happen when I'm drawing. It's only happen when I'm sculpt. And somebody told me, maybe you need to breathe. And I realized that I'm so concentrated on my sculpt that I probably forgot to breathe a little bit. And that's probably what caused me that pain here. Because I'm loading down my share, so I'm more straight, but the problem was still there. And since somebody told me that, I'm trying to remember to breathe. Oh yeah. yeah. Sometimes we were wondering why we're doing that. Like, I don't like to do that. Why I'm doing it? I mean, I like to sculpt. Don't get me wrong. It's just that the last project I did, the Sphinx, was, I guess, too big and too complicated for the skill I have for now. And so it took me a lot of concentration and yeah. So I finished that. So now I need to come back to something I know how to do and easier. So my mom need a corrigan for her garden. It's kind of like a French leprechaun, and so that's gonna be a easier job in the Mondays. But today we are on working on the game as usual, because that's my main job, and it's the last card of the first deck I need to draw. The common arsenal for the game, and that's the 30th one. The 30th. Do you say 30th one? I mean, card number 30. That's the last one, and what I will have to do tomorrow is the back of the card. I know what it's going to look like. It's going to be in color, and it's going to be like a rake of a lot of different kind of weapon, on each other. And then I will go for the next deck of cards. So what was the painting? What are you painting? Are you painting the? Gosh, I was being so busy those days that I didn't had time to check on your dragon and griffin. How that sculpt is going? Is it what you're painting now? I'm so far behind that you're painting that one already. Oh, the dog sculpt for Christmas present. Okay, so that's not what I'm. That's not the dragon and sphinx and the griffin. So for those who wonder what the cards are gonna look like, I have a few of them here. Yeah, that's what the card's gonna look like. See, so it's 30 of them. So you have like the name and what the card is doing, the weapon is doing. So we're gonna be able to start production pretty soon, because it's the last one, and I'm very happy about it. I need to take a break from the thing that I was using to take a break from my main project. Yep, that's happened. You need to do like Synod Bush. It looks like every day he has a new project. I feel like he have like Monday's project, Tuesday project, so every day is changing. Okay, tomorrow those. You gonna draw? What do you know? What you gonna draw? Do you know? You know what you're gonna draw? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Okay. 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 It's a project. It's a secret project. I had one of those last month. It was yeah, I can't say because it's for Christmas, but yeah, I had to do that in secret. I have to tape the face and all because, you know, in case the kids were looking at my stream, which is what I know is doing sometimes. So I was doing that during school time and all because I really wanted to have it live stream because it was a cool project. And as I'm drawing those little formats in black and white since September, I wanted to have like a nice colored project for change. So it was a too good opportunity to bring that on Twitch. But I had to take some you know, some precaution. But apparently it went well because it doesn't seem to know. Dream Moon, thank you for the follow. I'm blind, see it on screen. So nice. Thank you. So the next drawing will be the back of the card, and it's going to be in color. So I'm quite happy to do some color for a change. Okay, so we're gonna have big bracelet there. Oh, sorry, I didn't answer your question, Dream Moon. Yes, I'm mainly using ballpoint pen here. That's kind of my thing. And when it's not just black, I'm using, you know, a lot of different colors, which you can find on those, you know, 10 color pen, for example. Attends, where is my favorite one? Here, this is what I'm using all the time. And with those pens, that, you know, you have every color you need to do nice colored drawings. And it can be, you know, when you know how to use it, it can be really like photorealistic drawings. Here, Denise, you see what I mean by mountains is almost everywhere. It looks like flame. I just realized that now, but kind of representing the mountains. But I mean, you have a fire gun in his hand, so it can be fire if you want. That's sick.
you want to see something, you know, a sick colored ballpoint pen drawing, I can show you, because I did draw that for the cover of our game. Let me find it. It's there. Bam! You want to see a sick drawing? There it is. I'm gonna be lurking. Back to the painting. Okay, sheep. Thank you very much for coming, and yeah, good luck with the painting. Yeah, that drawing, it's a A1 size, so A1 it's 8 A4 page, like, you know, printer page. Yeah, take a printer page, you put 8 of them together and you will have the size of that drawing, and it's all made with ballpoint pen. Yeah, the only thing that is not ballpoint pen is, and I did it with pencil because I was starting to be tired of that drawing, is the sky with the clouds. And I could have made it with ballpoint pen, but I was thinking that it was nonsense, because it would have taken me, you know, almost four times the time that it took me with the pencil to get that smooth, you know, clouds. So I use pencil for the clouds, but all the rest, all the shiny armor, the golden helmet, the chain mails, and all the faces there is colored ballpoint pen. And I made it live stream here, so it's too bad it's gone now, and it's too bad that it's only now I know that with just a button that I press I can send those live stream in YouTube and it stay forever. I didn't know that back then, so these videos are lost. But yeah, I made it here, and it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different drawings that I put together digitally and physically as well, because I cut down minutiously everything to put them together in my and frame it. I was wondering how this was done. Look colorful, watercolor even, so amazing. You're talking about the sky. Yeah, the sky is just gray color pencil and a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue, and you even have, what is too bad is like if you go on the mountain over there in the right side, you can kind of see a castle in the mist, and in front of that castle there is a huge dragon that is almost the size of the castle. But what is in the front of that dragon? A fucking banner. This fucking red banner is in front of the dragon I did draw. And when I did the composition, you know, the only place that was looking good for this romance group was where I placed them, and this fucking banner was in front of the magic the dragon. Anyway. So yeah. So yeah, I'm me and my friend Sebastian are starting to produce a tabletop game. I don't know if you guys are, you know, play those games or not, or even if you know those games. You play those games with minis and little figurines on the table, and you're playing a big battle, and before you do the battle you need to create your army and you know, equip them with weapons and armor and stuff like that. And so the cards I'm drawing are just for that. You know, when you're gonna create your army, you're gonna have a lot of different weapons you can choose, and all the weapons will be represented with the cards, so you can pick up the drawing, the card, the weapon you want. Un, deux, trois. A mysterious dragon that nobody sees. But I mean, that's okay, because we have dragons, but they won't come for right now. So they are up in their mountains with the draken. The draken is a race that are a little bit more advanced with the armor and with the weapon, and they ride dragons. And they used to be like controlling Iridium, which is the world that the game is happening. But something happened that the dragon have been killed one by one, and now, you know, without their dragon, they can't do anything. But they will come back, and you'll be able to play with them. Of course, a dragon is so expensive that your army is not going to be very big. It's probably going to be you with your dragon and maybe a few other guys, but you know, if you did watch Game of Thrones, you know what a dragon can do. So that could be enough to win a battle. But yeah, if the guy in front have some big weapon that can kill a dragon, that could be tricky. So it's gonna be all about strategy. But like I say, it's not for now. The dragon. Okay, now let me see. So it may be the last dwarf that I'm drawing, because maybe soon enough, every time I will need a dwarf, I will ask Denise. It's all gonna depend if it's like an individual drawing. or if it's a drawing for a series of things. Because I guess, you know, it's best to have the same style for the whole product, like for the cards, for example. But if it's a drawing, like for the rule book, you know, I don't think it matters if we have two slightly different style on the same book, as soon as it's kind of, you know, fit together. If those two styles can fit together, I guess we can you know, we can have them side by side, no matter. And I'm sure it will come, because you seem to be well motivated already, and you know, the stuff you produce already it's nice. It's the only thing is it's just not the quite the style of the game yet, but it will come. It will come. I'm sure you're gonna adapt very fast, and you're gonna be ended up doing more drawing than you think. And you will be like, Alan, okay. I mean, I know I want to work for the game, but come on, dear. How can I say that? I'm feeling exploded here. So be sure to tell me, you know, if you don't feel like it, or if you don't want to do this or that, you know, if you feel like I'm pushing too much because we really need this or that, or do not hesitate at all telling me it, because like we say, we need to keep it nice and friendly, and we don't want to put anybody in, you know, in pressure or anything. I mean, that's true. I really like the style, and I really think, you know, the gnome can fit in that style, just a little bit more realistic, and we will be ready to go. Attends, why I don't have any music anymore?
Regardez toutes vos vidéos sans pub et sans internet.
Dum, 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 dum. Okay, alors. Let me see. We have that horn. That's probably what is being used for filling up the gun with powder inside. It's a nice touch.
No, mostly surreal, magic, and something just a bit gothic. But I will be also happy to draw dragons and undead much later for such, since they are also in my category of interest already. Yeah, I know. Who doesn't want to draw dragons and undead people? I think every artist that will work for the game will want to have the hands of those guys. We'll have, we have a style for everybody, because like I say, engineers will be like steampunk style. So it's gonna be fun to play around with that as well, with mechanics and Okay, where I am, I need to check back my reference here because I'm a bit lost. Let me see. Maîtres Guerriers. Documentation. Show me. Show me. Weapon. There I am. Okay. So I need to keep that in view so I know what's going on. Okay, so that goes here. Okay. Okay, so you have that on his shoulder over there. Okay, and what about here? That goes over there. So just for you to know, I'm not copying what we have here. It's just that I have at least 4 different reference for that only drawing, and this body is one of them. So it's being deformed and everything for the need of that drawing, but I'm still have the fabric, the wrinkle of the fabric still still there, and I'm using it in my advantage, and as it's folding very naturally, I'm gonna keep it like that. And I have as well the horns is there, so I can really draw the horns like it was back in the day, the mechanic part of it, the functionality. If somebody knows his stuff and knows how to fire those guns, that guy will be able to say, oh wow, okay, that they know this stuff. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? We don't want to look like assholes because we're drawing fantasy stuff. Yeah, we're drawing fantasy stuff, but this stuff needs to be real. So every time we have a real weapon that have been used in the history in the past, yeah, we really need to know our stuff and how it works and everything, so we won't look stupid in the eyes of those who knows how to use it. Okay, so here we have the belt and the buckle of the belt. And that goes over there, and that goes over there.
What else? What else do we need? Okay, we need this rope. I don't really know why now. Okay, the rest I can deal with. No problem. And we have a little bit here for the arm. Okay, I don't need that picture anymore. Sarah, hi, been lurking. Usually that what's annoyed me to see is my finger in the trigger, but yours is good. Yeah, and I mean it's good because like I said, I'm using reference, and you know, I like to have, you know, real attitude when it's about the weapon, and mostly what I do to get that right way of holding stuff is I'm looking for a picture of reenactment, you know, people that do historical event and all, and usually, you know, they are the ones who use, you know, they're using the thing that you need to draw, and just, you know, the position they take, and you know, those guys usually do some research about how to use the tech they use, and so I'm taking advantage of that, and as I'm trying to develop the game that look real, you know, it looks like reenactment somehow, reenactment of a fantasy game, if I may say, and so yeah, having that finger on that trigger. Oh, that's nice. It's a nice sentence. Having his finger on that trigger add a lot of, you know, credibility to that scene. Hi, Tim. How is your evening? That's good. Alani. That's nice. It's a nice evening in good company. How is yours? What are you drawing? I'm drawing this fire gun, a rifle, black powder rifle, and it's the last card. The last card of the common arsenal. I did drew some drawings since last time I saw you, and I did drew this one, which was a black powder pistol, and now I'm doing this one. I've been busy. Okay, let's see. Good thing that, you know, this is white. Trying to figure what he has on him. Congrats, what's planned for your next step? Also, I really like that pose with the pistol set on his arm. Yeah, I like it too. I would be pleased to say that I made up that pose, but I didn't. I was looking for that kind of pose that, you know, take the most of the drawing of the cards, and then I saw a picture of a pirate holding that pose. And I thought, oh, that's a great pose. I'm gonna use that pose, and I'm gonna dress the guy as a medieval guy instead of a pirate, and that will suit the card I need to draw. You know, I need to take some shortcuts sometimes because there's too many things to draw. So instead of, you know, scratching my head and, you know, planning for hours about something that I want to do, if I can find straight away the pose I want, I just have to take it as a reference. And it gave me, you know, a nice natural position as well, because sometimes when you made up stuff, you know, it could look good, but yeah, it sometimes it just looks strange. And you ended up, you know, spending hours of planning a nice composition, and it doesn't even work. Using reference make the difference. Like I say, you know, this guy I have at least I have like 4 different reference to create that image. Now all I have to do is drawing it. Now I know it works. My first D&D character has died. Oh shit, sorry about it. So does that mean you don't want me to draw it anymore because he's dead? Can draw his grave if you want. Except if he explodes after a magic spell, so there's no grave. Only 4 sessions in, but man, what a fucking badass way to go. I can send you a full story in Discord because it's too big for Twitch. Yeah, send it to Discord. I'd like to know what happened. Oh, is it the time already? Shit. It's midnight past 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go. So the next step you ask is to finish that card first, and then I will do the back of the cards, the deck, in color, and that deck will be ready for production as soon as Sebastian say now it's time. So the next step will be doing treasure cards. We're gonna do few treasure cards that we'll send to players that buy product from us as a thank you, instead of the master point, like Sebastian wanted to do in the beginning. We're gonna do treasure cards that it's not gonna change the course of the game, but it's, you know, collectible cards that you can use. Like there will be like other common weapon or other magic object that you can't find on the book, you know. But it just morphed them. It's gonna be like a fancy looking fresco. What's a fresco? But yeah, it's gonna be like a room, you know, a room pack of weapons, all on each other. I already have the sketch in my drawing book in my car, so I know precisely what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be blue, mostly blue, and I want, you know, different color for different deck. So the magic object will be like more like yellow, warm colors like brown and yellow. The common weapon will be like more blue, but cold color like blue and stuff. Like if it, you know, the room have been lit at night. And casting spell will be more like gold and red, for example, stuff like that. Oh, okay. I see. No, that's not gonna be like that. It's more like it's more gonna be like a rank with you know, the weapon and all kind of different weapon, and there is be more weapon there, and you know, more. You know, it's gonna be, the back of the card is gonna be packed with weapon, and there's gonna be like the name of the card, you know, like that, and the whole card is gonna be packed with weapon, like, you know, they've been like put in there, and yes, exactly. So the tricky back of the card will be the skills, the talent. That I don't know yet what the back of the card is gonna be, but magic card will be the same idea. Is instead of being in a room, it's gonna be like in the cave, where it's gonna be rocks and, you know, weapon that being you know, magic object that being peeled up here, like and it's gonna be like brown and yellow, kind of warm color. And for the treasure cards, it's gonna be like a treasure chest with a lot of golds and, you know, special equipment. You know, something like you find a treasure. So I guess that card's gonna be quite warm as well. I wonder if that dude is a little bit a bigger ass. Yeah, maybe. That looks better. Okay, now I'm gonna start the refill. Yeah, I have like 10 minutes. 10 minutes I can start working on that thing. Have you ever seen how musketeers store their ammo? I don't know really how they store their ammo. I need to check that out. I know that, you know, black powder can be in those horns there, but sometimes they have like a bag for it. What signature is very eye-catching? What signature? That's a Brittany kind of symbol. Let me see, I would like to have something like here, like, for example. Maybe I can have like a something that goes there. Let me see. Because it needs something here, I don't know. Maybe could be like a cape. They were making small paper cartridge already filled with bullets and powder to easily load them in a gun. It will send you a picture and put those in your painting. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and even so, it's the kind of of equipment that we're gonna draw, you know, because for the basic rules we're gonna state like that, but for the advanced book we're gonna have people with ammo, you know. Imagine you have like a hero with a throwing weapon, but as soon as he fire, you know, imagine you have like two axes that he can, you know, that's his thing, you know, he like throwing axes, but as soon as he finished throwing the axes, you know, having axes in his hand. So Sebastian was telling me that we're gonna create, you know, people with big wooden box, and they will be here to provide munition for those guys who are. And I think we already discussed about this. I don't remember if it was with you or with Sylvain, but yeah, this it's in Discord, yeah, and that's gonna be a nice addition to this situation, because tactically you can target those guys, so you know that the other one can't throw any more axes. Yeah, probably, yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. Nice. I don't know, because as he has already a horn with powder in there, I wonder if maybe you can have like this can be used as a like an ammo belt somehow with those things. Tu files au dodo, des bisous baveux. Salut. I can even you can have them strapped to his shoulder somehow. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make them look like big munition, but instead inside is that let me check that out again. Those things look like, and it could be like that. Yeah. I mean, I guess we can make them look as we want, but At least it's a nice reference. Because that way, you know, if you really don't know what it is, it just look cool. If you cannot guess what it is, it can even look better. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because it's time for me. I need to scan those what I've done already. I think in the future I will commission of my first D&D character dying in the epic duel to save his team. That would be a nice thing to have in my wall, I think. Yeah, why not? And that will be a nice memory of your first D&D character. No. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Alan? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? That doesn't go there. It's gonna go in his back. And it's coming back here. Yeah, but it's not a musketeer. That's the thing. It's a fucking dwarf. On the fantasy war game. It's just that you have the same equipment, maybe. I'm not gonna put a hat on his head. Okay, that's enough. I think it's a nice addition. Yeah, is it a musket? I don't know. Because the end of it is gonna be, you know, like trumpet looking. So I'm not sure it's a musket. We'll see how it goes. At least that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 France time for my usual Thursday stream. So thank you for coming. As usual, thank you Denise. Thank you FX. Thank you everybody. Thank you Shippo for the raid. Thank you Dimwood for following. And yeah, thank you Liam for coming along. yeah, see you. Hey, come on. Alright, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Alright? Night.
Ah oui, non mais bien sûr, il y a un truc que j'avais pas vu. Il y a un tout nouveau truc que j'avais pas vu, désolé. Je suis désolé. Mais désolé, je viens de le voir. Et en fait, je l'ai pas en retour celle-là.